Hi folks, afternoon. Welcome to the Yellow Bicycle Cafe in our amazing high-tech studio. With all the traffic noise outside, we've got Cara and Rihanna here clomping around on the floor. So it's not meant to be professional, it's just very informal, but this is our first lockdown food video. Very simple one. You may have noticed on our order forms at the moment, we have some bread mix packs. And all that is, we've got 500 grams of flour with some yeast and some salt already in there, because I know that at the moment, trying to get hold of any flour in the shops is a bit of a nightmare. Fortunately, we've got some sacks of it in. What I want to show you now is you don't have to use it to make a loaf of bread. You don't even have to make a loaf of bread, you don't have to use all of it. We are going to very quickly do the simplest flatbread you've ever made in your life. So if you're struggling to get bread out in the shops, if you can't get the flour, these flatbreads, you can then use them with anything you like. You can make fajitas, you can do tacos, you can do anything you want with them. Really, really simple, and this is going to take, from start to finish, because I've got one I did earlier, 2 or 3 minutes, 5 at the most, of a very short video. So anyway, sit back, relax, watch this, and then hopefully you can do it at home. And obviously you don't have to buy the pack from us. If you've got flour, you've got yeast. So anyway, the flour we've got, I've got it's actually a bread flour, fast action yeast, nothing fancy, just the stuff you can get in the supermarkets, or you can't at the moment, and a little bit of salt. The amount that we've got in the bag here would be enough to do a nice family size loaf. I'm not even going to use all of this. I am going to put about half of this into a bowl. Nice and simple. There we go, roughly half. No scales, no measuring, not really that accurate, doesn't matter. Let's get that one out of the way. What I've got here is a normal house mug of some lukewarm water, and it was half full of water from the kettle, half full of water from the cold tap. That is about the right temperature, okay? Nice and simple. And I'm actually, having measured that out with the amount of flour that I've got in here, I'm only probably going to use about half of this. So half of it goes straight in there. Don't forget the yeast and the salt is already there. And then all I have to do, using my fingers very simply, is bring it together. Now I know what you're often thinking, if I'm making bread, I'm going to be spending 15-20 minutes kneading away to get it nice and soft. I've seen it on telly, I've seen Jamie do it, everybody else is looking for that nice elastic dough. Here, this recipe, not at all. None of that whatsoever. So, and you go by feel. And you can see from that, it's a little bit dry still. So I started with about half the water, and then it's just a splash at the time, because I don't want this too wet. Okay? So all I'm doing is just bringing it together, making a nice mess. Get the kids to do this. They're at home. They're bored. They love getting messy, so don't worry about it. They will love doing it. They can do the whole thing. Maybe you want to actually cook a flatbread with them because it's red hot, but everything else they can do. Okay, there we go. All put together. It's a nice little sticky ball. It's a bit rough around the edges. It's not that nice soft elastic one that you often see. Doesn't matter, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go off camera now because I left my cloth over here to dry my hands. Normally, when I do this in the cafe, I put the gloves on, and it's really, as much as anything, apart from to keep me away from the dough, to keep the dough away from me. So that's done. Then, all I've got to do, bit of cling film over the top. Nice and simple, or we don't have to do cling film. I quite like cling film because you can see what's going on. Stick a plate over it, whatever bowl you've got, as long as you've covered it. That's it. That goes to one side for about 2 hours. Get on with your day. Do anything else. Make the rest of lunch. If you're doing fajitas, if you're doing tacos, you can start cooking everything else. Because once you come to cook the flatbreads, that's going to take a couple of minutes at the last minute. So you've got them nice and warm. And anyway, in true TV chef fashion, here's what I did earlier. Exactly the same as I did there. Now, I actually did use a whole bag of flour on this one. So there's about twice as much as that one's going to produce. And you would, unless you're got a huge family locked down in the house of about 8 or 9 people, you're not going to need that much because it little goes a long way. But you can see it's all nice and puffed up now. You've got some air in it. You've got some elasticity there. And that, for a flatbread, is going to be the perfect dough. Now, the same method will turn that into the perfect dough for bread. with no kneading or anything, but you're going to need to leave it a lot longer, and we're going to do that on another video. That, in fact, is how we make the bread in the cafe anyway. So, we've got the dough. We're almost there. All I've got in here is a little bit of flour for dusting. I don't want to use the flour from the bag because it's got yeast and salt in it, and that's a waste. This happens to be self-raising because that was the newest one. It doesn't matter. It's just stopping it sticking when you roll it out. A little bit on your board. Just take a small bit of dough, size of, maybe a little bit more. There we go, a big golf ball. It's not a tennis ball, a little bit bigger than a golf ball. In the middle, nice rolling, and then you don't need me to show you how to do this, we are just rolling out. That's it, just rolling out dough. If you haven't got a rolling pin or you want it a bit rough and ready, roll it out by hand. So that's what I got, nice thin flatbread. Pan's in here, that's already hot, no oil, straight on. And that, as you can see, to make flatbreads, that's really no work at all. Because if I wasn't chatting to you guys, I'd have had, and I did with this one, that dough together in about 90 seconds at the most, cover it, put it to one side, get on with the rest of the day. And then when it comes to doing it ready, it's just roll it out and away we go. It is so, so simple. And the flavour is amazing. So much nicer than buying the ones in the shops. And because there's some messy things here, the kids will love doing it. And all this needs, I'm not giving it long enough there, probably 2 or 3 minutes on each side, and all I'm doing is waiting for it to get that now nice brown charred. If you've got a griddle pan, get the nice lines on it. That's absolutely. You could also, if you don't want to do it on top, if you've got a pan, you could put that under the grill and do each side, one side under the grill, flip it, do it the other way. So anyway guys, there we go. Quick, simple flatbreads, flour, yeast, salt. Very, very easy, no kneading at all. Plenty of time to do whatever else you're doing. Having said that, I know that a lot of us we're stuck in at the moment. We are short of things to do. So, and in particular the kids are doing it. If they want to spend the 15-20 minutes kneading it, let them. It's not going to damage it at all. So you could use all of this to pass a bit of time. Very happy for them. So anyway, there we go. First little video done. Got to decide what to do for the next one now, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.